a disclaimer, I'm going to use a false name to protect the victims in this case. On March 29th, 2014, Mr. Doe contacted the Hot Spring County Sheriff's Office to report that his 11 and 13-year-old came to him and told him that they had been assaulted by his mother's boyfriend at his mother's home. Victim 1 told her father that her grandmother's boyfriend, named Leon Crawley, had forced her to perform certain acts on him on 2 different occasions, and that he fully raped her on a 3rd occasion. The victims were present when the father was making the report, but the officer did not question the children at that time. And let me just say, I love and respect this so much, because officers are not trained properly ordinarily to talk to children about those sorts of things. And there are professionals, the Arkansas Crimes Against Children Division. They are more trained to do this in a way to not get the children to say something that's untrue, and to gain their trust and be able to get the proper information from them. So I respect that he did this so much. So he contacted the Arkansas State Police, CACD, Crimes Against Children Division, and the CACD came to talk to the victims in this case. One of the victims reported in 2008, about 2 weeks before her birthday, she was SA'd by her grandmother's boyfriend. That victim reported that Leon Crawley took her out to a field behind her grandmother's house in Donaldson, Arkansas, and he threatened her life and threatened to bury her in her grandmother's backyard if she ever told. When Leon Crawley was interviewed by police, he said that at one point, one of the victims came to him behind the grandmother's house and told him that they wanted to see his penis. He then told police that she laid down on the ground and pulled her own pants down. So really, he had no choice but to do the deed. I'm sorry, guys. It's just so disturbing and so disgusting. To put this into perspective, because it's a little bit unclear, the children came forward in 2014 when they were 11 and 13. The crimes actually happened in 2008 when they were 5 and 7. Let me say that again, 5 and 7. He told police, Leon Crawley told police, that the 7-year-old actually was a good-looking woman with her pants down. Leon Crawley was charged and pled guilty to 1 count of rape. He was sentenced to 40 years in the Arkansas Department of Correction. I should add that Leon Crawley has been a sex offender for many years. I can't even find what his original charge was. Excuse me, that's incorrect. I can see his original charge. It was first-degree SA. I can't see what time frame it stemmed from. I can tell that he was charged with failing to register as a sex offender in 2004. So the charge is from before then. Leon Crawley is set to go up for parole in 2042. I also want to add, Leon Crawley is at the Tucker unit in Tucker, Arkansas. A fellow inmate wrote a letter to the court on behalf of Leon Crawley recently. The inmate wrote the letter because he said that Leon Crawley could not read or write, that he could barely write his own name, and that he had the mentality of a 6-year-old. Leon Crawley actually did receive a fitness to proceed exam in the 2014 case. He seemed to communicate with the examiner fine. He said he didn't graduate from high school, but he did go to the 11th grade. He had learning difficulties. He didn't do well in school, but 11th grade. He seemed like he was able to communicate fine. He held jobs at different points in time. The examiner did say that Leon Crawley could not read or write, but he seemed to make up for it in other ways. He actually scored a 92 out of 100 on his ability to understand the legal system. He was able to identify the day, the week, the month. He did not know the year. He did not know his own age, but he could tell the floor that he was on, the type of building that he was in, the season, things like that. Like, a person can have an understanding of the legal system and still not be able to read or write. I know someone who actually cannot read, and he could tell you about the legal system just fine. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. We'll see. He was not found to be unfit for trial at the time that he took his examination in 2014.